Welcome back, folks, to No Man's Sky. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we're going to get into building our first Corvette. It is a secondary mission, as you can see here. Also, you guys watched the last video, which I'm recording right after that one. I know a Corvette would have helped me. For those of you guys that don't know, Corvettes are kind of like mobile bases. They can hover, they can do a lot of fancy stuff. And we're going to get into it. What are you? Oh, kind of pretty. I wish you were S-Class. Kind of holding off for good ships. But while we're here doing this, too, I'm going to keep an eye on what comes in. But as you can see, the mission... Oh, another... Look at this. Shiny object. 40,000 for a C-Class? Oh, that's crazy. Alright, that being said, let's start the Corvette Assembly mission. Now, before we start, we have about $35 million, almost on the dot, to start this. Alright, now you could probably... We're going to build a very basic one, and the reason for it is later we can find salvage containers later on and build a better one. So, for the time being, we're going to hop into this bad boy, and we got to purchase modules, right? Is that what it's saying? A Thunder class cockpit. Let's go in and do that. I have an idea of what it wants us to buy. We'll get better ones later on. A Thunder Bird. Let's just make sure. Core components. Alright, we got a class. Okay, and then it wants us to purchase a Thunder Bird class hub. Now, you could save yourself $1.2 million if you want to do. I'm going to buy 3 of these. We'll explain why here in a second. And acquire modules, design landing gear. Okay, so we need 2 landing gears. I hope we have enough cash for this. The sublight thrusters, we need 2 of them. Oh, they are expensive. And a Medusa class reactor. A Medusa class reactor. A photo cannon array. And a landing bay. I think that'll be all of it. That is going to be all of it. Yeah, I think actually we are going to do that. There's a couple things we could do here to make it better. But I think we are just going to rock and roll with this, actually. This is double check. We really should buy more of these photon cannons, actually, to make it viable. What is the S-Class foil? Oh, these don't do anything. Okay, good. Yeah, these are all for looks. That being said, let's go ahead and grab 2 more of these. So you can save yourself about $3 million not to do it exactly how I'm doing it. And it says we want to create a new ship. Alright, so from here on out, you can see we, on the right-hand side, we have no landing gear, no habitation module. We also called a hab, no cockpit, no reactor. So we're going to start with our landing gear. We're going to do... We should do 2 of these. We'll do 2 of them. It required us to buy 2 anyway. We're going to put the habitat down. And we could do this, right? Right even with each other. But how we're actually going to do this... There's an order of how you guys want to do this, by the way. And the first thing is you want to get at least 3 full-size habitats. Not the little ones, not the little walkways, the full-size habs here. They have pieces that are about half this size that don't give you as many slots. The reason is when we build this, it's going to matter on the way we place it. A lot of times you want 3 of everything. Now we got to add the cockpit. And we're going to add this one here. right up to the front. You could make some really crazy stuff with Corvettes, guys, but we are just going with the first one. Oh, an intra knife. We want that so bad. Alright, but right now, we want the reactor, it says. We're going to put this up here temporarily. And then we're going to flip. We got motors to put on. And we're going to put it right here. We're going to flip this one and put it right here. And I know it's going to ask for a landing dock next. Oh, I messed that up. Which is good, because then I can showcase moving the part. Let's grab it. Let's move it. We want to place it down one. I think, can we move this back now? Oh, it won't let us put it on there. Well, that is A-okay. And now we have to put our weapons on here. Alright, weapons, photon arrays. We could put these basically anywhere. And I think, I mean, we could put them under the ship. We could do it over. I think, actually, we're going to do them over, right? Also, one thing I want to showcase here, guys. Right? Now we have stats up there. Right? Let's take these. Oh, we're messing up horrifically bad here. We're just going to go back here. I'm going to place the habitats down because they're going to be real easy. This is not actually nearly as much of a problem. You can see it just leaves everything there for us. And then where's the reactor? Put the reactor back down. I want you to pay attention now, though, guys. So we'll pull this reactor off, for example. If we put this reactor on, and you can do 3 of each item, almost 3 of every item, right? If we put it on right now, it's 15 boost and 8% maneuverability. We're going to do that clearly. But now if we put it on again, you can see that it's only 8%. And stuff moves around when you do this. For example, if we do a photon, we do the photons, they're going to be different each time we put it on. So the first one, 5% damage. Second one, 7% damage. And the third one is 5% damage again. So a lot of times when you're doing this, particularly with the defense things, I find, when you get to that point, you want to understand how to place them and place them in a particular order. For example, I know when you use the ion shield, the next time you go, I think it's the high energy one gets better, right? So, you know, and there's a bunch of different parts that we need to find for these, right? There's, I mean, a bunch of different reactors, all of which really do help us quite a bit. Now, we could put another one of these down and buy it and make it fancier. We could do everything to make this thing fancier. This is our first Corvette. There's no reason to be doing all willy-nilly. We just want to use this as a mobile base. And we're going to go ahead and get into the colors right here. What color do we make this? I want to make this different than I have made other ones in the past. Oh, let's get back into the colors. Oh, we accidentally took one off. We gotta be careful of controls in here. Let's place that back in there. You can see it doesn't ruin anything doing that. But if you place off a part that needed to be done in a specific order, I would make sure that you put it back in that order, right? Like if you had a bunch of walkways here and you accidentally pulled one of these off, put these 3 back down and then put the walkways back down. I know that sounds weird, just make sure your important stuff gets placed first. But you can see all these parts we can do eventually. We'll get into a fancy one down the road, but that's not what we need today. What we need today is a Corvette. Let's get back to covering or coloring. If I want to kind of look at these paints so you guys can see. We'll apply to the entire Corvette. Why are you not applying? Oh, that's right. I'm an idiot. Because we got to do it twice. We'll do that. Apply. Apply. Okay. Let me look at the colors. There's a bunch of colors that we could do. I want to see if we can get a cool one, guys. I think we're going to go with a light gray and orange and make it weathered so it looks older, because this is going to be our original Corvette, which we will get down the road a better one. But man, when you guys see how awesome this thing is going to be, let's go ahead, finalize, and you can see here what we ended up with. Now, to be fair, right, this is a beginner's one. We don't have a ton working with right now. And you guys can see, even with it being a early game one, not too bad. It costed us, what, 14,000? And you guys are 14 million, and you guys are going to see how cool this thing is actually. We're going to go ahead and we're going to claim the ship, and we're going to add it to our free one. Did it pull our old one away? It did. Okay, but I can call that one back at any time. I could switch dock ship to that one, right? So if we need resources, we can switch that, but our Corvette is gone. Let's bring our Corvette back in. And we want to really actually rename this ship. Let's, we'll have to think of a good ship name. But here's our Corvette, guys. And this is going to be big, right? We got an interior to do here. And the reason I went with 3 is so we could get the extra storage, or the extra slots, the bonus slots on it. But you can see here we have some dealios. Do we have a supercharged slot? We do. It's over here. I think. Let's put this over here. I think for right now, let's see the boost here. From maneuverability to 316, 420. Yeah, we want maneuverability. This thing, we want to be able to move it all around. Let's get this over here. What is this? Photon cannon. We'll put that linked right there. Peak damage. You guys can see everything that's linked. Let's get the hubs over here. They don't have to be linked with that, but it's more for the getting the landing gear to touch the launch thrusters. Everything else for right now is going to be okay. Yeah, I think that's a good basic layout. Can we put... Also, in between, I did get... Oh, we can put Intraknife Tech on it. Does this do the damage to everything? It's only linked to the photon cannon array. Alright, so you can see what we did with the money we had. But in order to free up these slots, well, let's just see what our damage output is going to be if we put this bad boy on. Alright. Intraknife installed right there. Peak damage. It's already basically what this one is. How do we want to go about doing this? Also, is this one 502? It ends up being the same no matter what we do there. Alright, and then if we put this down here, what do we end up at? For peak damage, it does go up a little bit. As you can see, better DPS. And we can't actually, can we get rid of these? We can't get rid of them. Oh, that's interesting. I've never played around with putting something on this thing right away. Can we... It's going to tell me I need to have a weapon on this, I'm pretty sure, if I try to take off the things from the outside. Modify. Let's go ahead, try to take that off, that off, that off. Yep, no weapon system. So we are stuck with the photons for right now. Let's put them back on. And just to make sure, it's kind of good showcase for you guys. We want to make sure they're all applied. To make sure we have the paint the way we do. Okay, we'll apply edits, go back out. And we can always make adjustments and store stuff later. But sadly, for upgrades, we're going to leave that on temporarily. I don't even know if that'll work. I've never actually tried putting something on without actually attaching the intro knife module from there, from that piece. So I'm pretty sure you have to do it from here. We'll see, but I think we have to actually apply it from, getting one of the advanced modules. Where is it? Trade advanced. It'd be the intro knife. So guns, reactors, guns. Where's engines, core components? Oh, all modules. Where are they? God, there's so many pieces for this thing that you can get eventually. Oh, it was definitely up. Phase beam, intro knife. So this is the way you'd want to put it on. I'm guessing our intro knife won't work without it. We'll see. Maybe it will. Either way, for right now, we're going to have these as weapons to start off with. And the other cool thing, this is what really makes this ship really cool. For our mission, you can see we need to put a mission radar in. We do not have an ion battery. Can we make an ion battery? Please say we can make an ion battery. We need cobalt. Alright, so we're going to go over here. And this is what I would recommend while you're doing it, right? Like, we're going to summon our other... Oh, there it is. Right there. We're going to grab cobalt. Wait, is that not regular cobalt? There we go. Regular cobalt. We'll grab this as well. I don't think we'll need anything else. Let's summon our ship back in. Iota of the Stars. So we got to think of a new... We gotta think of a new name for this. I'll think of it before the end of the episode. But let's go ahead. We got the stuff we needed now. Craft an ion. And you're thinking, well, you don't have that much storage in here. Well, I will show you in a minute what we're about to do. A mission thing. Alright, we're going to put it in the other room. So you can see we're going to lose our doorway if I try to put it in right now. Let's put our mission thing in here. And then, oh, it wants us to salvage scrap. So we'll be able to take this thing out here in a second. But in the meantime, I know it does want us to do a couple other things. A refiner unit is going to ask for, so we need hydraulic wiring. Do I not have hydraulic wiring? I do not, do I? I don't have any in the ship. I would have put it on me. So we could put a refining unit in here that would help refine. The other thing we're going to do right now, this is one of the things that makes this thing absolutely epic. We're going to put in our cargo storage. And I think, yeah, we're going to make this a storage room over here. Oh, we got to go through. All right, we're in this left side. It can be a little confusing. Oh, we need a bunch more metal plating, it looks like. Let's do that. We'll just get a bunch of them. You never have enough metal plating, to be quite honest. Alright, let's place our number 1 here. Yeah, we don't... If we do this, it makes it so there's no access in here. And we'll do a number 2 right here. That would be good enough for right now. Can we do anything else? We could do a living wall. And for crops and stuff, I think, however, we'll do that in this room. Yeah, let's do the living wall on this side. And we don't really need any of it. We just really need the mission radar. I'm just doing it for poops and giggles, to be quite honest. And actually, I think we're going to move this now that I'm thinking about it. Let's move this. Edit place parts. Let's pull that back. And I want to put this over here in this room. This will be our work room, quote unquote. There we go. This side will be food. Not that we have to have it, but plants. And then can we put a... Oh, we already have a nutrition center, right? Is that what that was? Yep. I think the next thing is we'll put a crew thing in. This actually doesn't really do anything. It's visual. Oh, freak out a little bit, game. So now let's get out of that menu. We'll go back in. We'll come back into our ship. So for right now, we got our main storage resources. And that will be linked up to our base, guys. Just like if we go look at number 1, there's our thingy doodlers. That is so handy. Now we got to put a refining unit right here. But we need hydraulic wiring for that. It is saying, and then also we can have this is the button for beam down to a planet. This is the one to close the hatch. So watch, we can close the hatch up. It'll do it automatically on its own. Now I think with that being said, what we're going to do, we're just going to load this thing with resources. I'm going to leave some resources, obviously, in the new hotness, but we're going to put a bunch in here. Really quick, let me get organized here before we take off and I showcase this ship, guys. Another thing is when we get more Corvette parts, we're going to store them in here. These kind of are like, if you play Minecraft, like an ender chest, only you can see it and it goes to every Corvette workshop in the every space station. So you can just leave them in there and you go that way. Also, I grabbed a couple upgrades from the space station right here. We'll throw them in. As you guys can see, Starship Shield. We can put that one in. And also, launch thrusters. Can we get a spot near the launch thrusters? Oh, it does not look like we're going to, but we can still put that in for right now. We can reorganize it later. And the hyperdrive to help with our hyperdrive. So all things considered, pretty good. And another thing is that these modules that come on this factory don't count against their upgrades. For example, right, like if for our guns or for our photon cannons, we could still have 3 more upgrades that were placed in there, right? Plus any of the ones that you craft. So they don't count against us. So these are good permanent boosts. And obviously we want more slots down the room. And you can do a little trick where you can put upgrades in here. You could place a ship, put some upgrades in here, then add parts to it. And it kind of forces this to be a bigger area, obviously. I don't want to cheese the system. But that's how you could do it if you wanted to. So you can see we're super organized now, right? And I didn't take everything off the old ship. I left all the stuff on the old ship. The reason being is we're still going to use it, right? We're going to use new hotness still. And we could just throw these in here for right now. But let's go ahead and get our first flight in our ship, because we have to go for the rest of this mission now. We do, in fact, have to... oh, did it switch again? Every time I go to space, it goes to Atlas. We need to go to get some advanced modules. Now, I don't think it's going to happen. But let's go ahead and see. Let's actually, let's go fast. I kind of want to see what this looks like out in the open now. Ooh, that doesn't look bad at all. Can we get a sun maybe over here so we can get some better lighting? Oh, that's not good. We'll need it over here. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I like this camera mode. I like it quite a bit. We'll do it right here. You never know with where you can see it best at. That's pretty cool right there, guys. Our first Corvette. Now, obviously, this is just basic. And it says we need to... Oh. Alright, let's pull it out. There's got to be something with salvage parts, does it not? Oh. We're going to have to warp. Let's take a discovery here. None of these have salvage parts in them. Oh, we're going to have to go to a new system here, guys. Yeah. Actually, let me go find one that would have... Nope, we don't want the Atlas mission. We want another one. Can we expand? Alright, let me go find one that has Savage in it, guys. BRBs. You guys, we had a system called Buried Corvette Pieces. And they had a Tumu Jurassic Park. We've been to that one. Why don't we just go back to that one since we know they're there? I'll just warp there with our warp from the space station here. Also, actually, we do have an intro knife, so we may take off the extra photon arrays. Sadly, we're going to have to leave that one on for the time being, though. That would free up some slots to put in some more intro knife upgrades. Now we're coming in to the moon that had them. And we can scan this. Obviously, we know it'll be here really quickly. This is going to be a really cool thing for you guys new to Corvettes. We're going to get out of the driver's seat. Why would we do that? Because without landing, we can scan. Look, there's a part right there. A salvage container. Is that the closest one? You know what? There's two over there. Why don't we head that way, actually? And let's go ahead and head over this way. So we didn't even have to land, so we didn't have to waste anything. You guys are going to see here. Now, one thing we could do, right? We could land if we wanted to. Alright, there's two ways to do these salvage containers, right? We're going to go ahead, get out of the seat. And we could just beam down, like so. See, we're right down here on the planet. Where was that storage container? Oh, it's clearly right there. Alright, quit. Wait, what? Are we on it? Oh, we are on it. Alright, so we can just dig it out all naturally, right? Do some shenanigans like this. That would be the way to get it. And then we would take a mining beam. mine the outsides of it off. Like so. And what did we get here from that? Two bolted joints. They're more for looks. A lot of the stuff that you're going to get is going to be look based. But I'm going to show you guys another way to go ahead. And let's see. Where is that? Is that one really close? That one's very close. The other beautiful thing about this is if we tag them, it stays. So you can see that salvage containers there. We're going to go ahead and switch to our intra knife. And look at that. We're just going to shoot it right out of the ground. You can see the icon is gone. That's because now if we look in the thing, we have Thunder class hubs. We'll put that in our exosuit for now. We got another part, a jet part. So we don't even have to land. We can just run across this. For example, find another one. Oh, and I accidentally landed. Alright, well, we'll land for right now. Was that the end of the mission? That was the end of that mission. But you can see we got the thing out, and we can just go all willy-nilly now. Salvage container. Right there, right? Like, we could go to that one. And then as we're picking these up, we don't have to go back to our base. Because you will fill up on these incredibly quickly. We can just throw them in here. Right? And then once we go to the space station, we can throw them in there. You guys can see how this Corvette is extremely, extremely awesome. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one.